What's up everyone, it's your boy JustBetakick, and in this video I'm going to be giving my thoughts, or impressions rather, on Fortnitemares 2020 so far. I've been playing quite a decent bit throughout this little event, and I've gotten a decent amount of time into it, and I'm having a ton of fun, to be honest. So, it's only really in squads, not why only really there. Aside from skill-based matchmaking, I will get into later on in the video. I'm going to touch on some of the new features, such as shadows, some new things that are added into the loot pool, and the return of an old face. If you guys enjoyed the video, please do leave a like, and let me know what you think about Fortnitemares 2020 so far. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So with Fortnitemares 2020, it seems Epic decided they were going to take the same route that they did with Fortnitemares 2018 by making the main modes pretty much an LTM throughout the event. Right now the map is currently covered in a really thick fog, which is already terrifying in its own right. A lot of the houses are sprinkled with Halloween decorations, and to make the fog around the map even more terrifying, there's random spooky ambient noises that you'll hear literally anywhere, and it freaks you the fuck out, especially considering that it's masking something a little sinister, and that thing being the shadows. Now, the shadows are a new feature that when you are killed, you can respawn as a shadow. And shadows have a 3-hit slash combo, a phase dash ability which will allow you to dash forward, and if you dash into a wall, if you dash into a wall, you will phase through that wall. But one weird bug I've noticed is like, if you literally around the end of your dash, if you are really close to a wall, you will just break that wall instead of phasing through it. I don't know what's up with that. It's really weird. But moving on, another ability, whenever you're sitting completely still while you are a shadow, you will turn completely invisible aside from like your red glowing eyes, which, my god, is that fucking terrifying to just see out of nowhere. Just imagine like you're sitting by a campfire because you just got, run up like 3 or 4 shadows. Quick little thing I want to mention about them: they only have 100 HP and they can only heal by eating the loot. So that's another thing I was gonna probably forget about, to be honest. But another ability, they have a scream that will tag nearby players, and by nearby I mean like it's a decent range. I want to say like 50 to 100 meters. I don't know, it's just a crazy fucking range. Once you are a shadow though, you switch to a different team, and with this being said, whether you're playing duos or squads, you can kill your duo or your ex-squad mates. And if you're playing solos, you're just part of this massive army, and my god, it's so terrifying to know that if you kill one shadow, you have to hope that you killed them fast enough that they didn't get to scream, and if they screamed, you probably have an absolute shit ton that are about to swarm you. It's such a fucking haunting thought, I swear. But there's one more fun little detail that I want to mention about shadows, but I'm gonna leave that for later once I talk about how it feels to play, how they feel in squads. So far, my experience with them in solos, once you kill a person and then they come back, killing one shadow isn't that big a deal because, I mean, they don't have the most range in the world. They have to get close to you. They only have 100 health, so even with a great pump, if you hit a good semi-decent headshot, they will die. And once you kill them, this is something I forgot to mention earlier, they will launch you with this shockwave-ish effect. Once you get hit by one, you will be safe, though you will be set blind. But when you get mobbed by them in solos, it's an absolute nightmare because it's definitely harder to defend against like a bunch of them, especially if you're already in the midst of dealing with an actual player, or you get third party while trying to deal with a bunch of shadows. Duos, I wouldn't say it's really the same deal as solos. I personally don't play a lot of duos simply because like one-on-ones are weird to me. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Can't really describe that. But I feel like it's not that much different except for the fact that you have someone else to watch your back. Now, squads, personally, I think is the true experience for this mode because mobs become a lot easier to deal with as long, like if you have, maybe 1 or 2 teammates watching out for those while everybody else handles like holding off the actual players. And the end games for it really, I don't know what it is, but it kind of feels like Left 4 Dead, but as if it were a battle royale. Not really the case of going from point A to point B with little objectives in between, but just the fact that it's you against, I wouldn't say unknown number of zombies, but it's just, I mean, I should say it's more like Infection from Halo. Either way, it's a fun, it's really more fun in squads than the other modes. modes. Oh, and the fun little detail that I want to mention, when your squad mates or your duo teammate dies and they become a shadow, in the in-game voice chat, their voice will get distorted to sound like they are an actual ghost, as in, you know, like from a cartoon, so it's like really distorted and kind of haunting, and it's absolutely terrifying if you just make some really weird throaty noises. It's fucking scary, because I know a friend of mine, his child was in the background and she screamed, and my god, it gave me chills. I did not like it one bit. But moving on, so regarding the gameplay, there's been a few things that have been added, changed. The authority is now known as the Ruins, and as I mentioned, the little face decided to come back into play. That would be Midas, and along with him have returned the henchmen, who are all armed with pumpkin launchers, and they are the only way to get your hands on an RPG aside from Gorges, by the way. And I think they're all green rarity, so they're gonna hurt. They're not gonna be like, well shit, there goes my shield if you're like 100. But also, Shadow Midas, well, it's not Shadow Midas, is he? I may have to look that up, can't be bothered. But Midas, of course, returns with his drum gun, but I think now it's called the Shadow Gun? I'm not 100% sure. Again, I've honestly only gotten the thing like 2 or 3 times. We're not gonna talk about it. It feels just as powerful as his original drum gun from back in season 2, so I don't think there's really much to talk about there. I haven't actually run into too many people using it, which kind of shocks me. But then again, when you've got this location that's full of henchmen with RPGs, they're already scary enough with like SMGs and anything else that they have. Giving them a fucking rocket launcher, I'm good. I'm just gonna like never land there. I do land there anyway, and just, you know, live my life, play out my game, and just not deal with that terror. Another thing we got were witch brooms, which you can find at these witch huts, and they pretty much behave like the Silver Surfer board, but they have a much cooler animation if you ask me. And one little thing I've noticed, that if you use a witch broom and then glide into a rift, you can actually redeploy with that same broom rather than your own glider, which I honestly would love to have the witch broom as a glider. Can we please get that? Epic, I'm begging of you, please give me this. I want it, I need it, I fucking need it. Another new item that we got would be candy. These pretty much behave like a mixed bunch of already available consumable items. Some kind of references would be like the thermal taffy, which gives you the abilities that you would have from like eating a thermal fish. And then there's the peppermint, which gives you the speed of a chili pepper. I could go on. There's not too much to say about those. You can find them in candy buckets. I know that there's a bunch over around at the little Halloween store outside of, I think it's behind the gas station, behind Holly. So if you want to try and run that challenge really quickly, that's where you want to land. And another thing that I'm pretty sure no one really cares about that we got would be the Feeding Hunter Crossbow. Now, I will give it that it's gotten a slight buff. I believe now it does 50 damage instead of the previous 40, which makes it better for early game, but I don't think you're really going to want to carry this in the late game. I haven't personally used it very much. I really don't think I personally will use it at all. So if you found that thing to be any kind of useful after it's buffed, please do let me know. If you even used it after the buff. I know I touched on it for a little bit and I just dropped that bitch afterwards. But if you personally use this thing outside of early game to mid to late, and just period, outside of landing and picking it up, do you even use this thing? Overall, I'd have taken either Fortnitemares 2018 or 2019 over what we got here. It's definitely still fun. I won't say that it sucks, but when you've got the Storm King LTM to kind of compare against this, and then Fortnitemares 2018 having the cube event as well as the fiends, which you could actually kill those guys, free shield, free loot, over shadows, which are like actual players that can just come in and just mob you and not be considered teaming. Again, not so bad when doing it in squads, but it can kind of kill the solo duo experience, even though skill-based matchmaking does that well enough in its own right. Yes, I am still not happy with the state of skill-based matchmaking at the moment. Okay, if you guessed, but I'm still gonna have fun with it. Still am having fun with it. Looking forward to seeing the last little challenge reward that we have coming up. So far, the cosmetics are pretty dope as well, so I don't have too many complaints. I just really wish we got Storm King back. I'd have easily taken the cube fiends over the shadows. And that's gonna be it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, please do leave a like on the video and comment. And please let me know, did you actually use the Fiend on a Crossbow at all this season? In fact, given that it only drops from henchmen, did you even know that thing was back? Aside, well, some people may have seen, like, them tweet about it. Either way, did you even fucking know about it? Because I fucking forgot. If you want to help me grow my channel, please do share the video with any friends you think might be interested in, you know, hearing whatever lame opinions I may have. Maybe what I'm saying will make them mad, make flip shit a little bit, or, you know, maybe they'll be like, oh yeah, I agree with this, you know, just kind of stroke their ego a bit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody likes a little ego stroke, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you are new here, please do subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you have enjoyed this content and you want to see more of it later on in the future. That way you don't miss out on another video. And if you want to support me, aside from just, you know, just leaving a like and commenting or anything like that, you can use my supporter creator code BetakickYT in the Fortnite item shop or when making a purchase in the Epic Games Store. And with all that plugging out of the way, I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.